Hello guys, it's me, Abdi, KororFX mentor. This is chapter 5, trend lines, lesson 3. In this video, I will be teaching you about trend line types of trend line. We will be learning up to six types of trend line. Up to 6, it can be up to 8, but 6 are really effective. 6 types of trend lines. So let us continue. So first one, we have type 1. Type 1, let me show you one by one. Alright, so the type 1 is we focus on triangles. For example, price is really forming something like this, and then comes back and then falls off, and then this type of trend line is really reversal. All right, reversal trend line. So we sell this point. Let me show you. We sell from this point. All right, we sell from this point. Okay, we sell from this point. So this is the sell, right? So there is an opposite one of this one, all right? And same like this type 1, price continues down and then tries to reverse, right? And when price start reverse, then it comes back to that level and then buys off, which will be against the opposite one of the previous one. So this kind of trend line is the reversal pattern, okay? Reversal trend line reversal, okay? This will also you will enter and aim your buying here, okay? You will be buying it from here. So as I told you in lesson 2, always focus on to get the confluence of SNR. When you are buying, you must get SNR that's in line it all the time. You must get an SNR. So that's type 1. So let us go type 2. All right, another type of trend line. All right, so the other one is like trend line breakout and retest. That's what we call a type 2. All right, trend line breakout and retest. How does it look like? It looks like when you see price falls and then goes up, then comes back, make an ankle, and then really broke this structure. All right, broke this structure and then goes and then sell off. Let me make it something very clear. So we want these points that the price broke as a point 1 and point 2. All right, and then price will exactly come and retest the broken trend line like this way. All right, like this way. So this is type 2, but always you must think about the point 3 to in line with SNR for confluences. So you have learned about the confluences in video 2. So this point is where we want to really sell off, because we have 3 touches. We got a 3 touches. All right, 3 touches, and then the last touch is our point of decision. All right, so for the opposite one, it's the same like what we have here. Price goes down and then creates like a point of breakout. All right, point of breakout, and then breaks all structure up higher and then comes back and then buys off. same like the previous one, we always focus on uh, the two the two the two broken structures or points, like or point one will be the last structure that price broke, and the first structure that price broke, and then we retest it back to the trend line, which we will always also focus on to in line with SNR. So this is call it breakout and retesty trend line, breakout and retesty trend line. So we buy same like the previous one here, we buy it here. So this is type 2. So we have pointy 1, pointy 2, and pointy 3. So this is how price really buys off. And then yes, I hope you got this type 2 of trend line. So let me also show you type 3, which is also very important for you because market behaves in different ways. So this patterns is really important, guys. So type 3 is like price is deciding, like it's falling down or it may raise up, and then there may be what is called a range of price, like this way. All right, price is ranging. This is another type of trend line, and then whenever it breaks, then it retests and then pushes down. All right, it then pushes down. All right, it pushes down. So this type of trend line is call it also a ranging trend line. For example, price is really ranging in falling ranging zone, and then breaks, then retest. All right, so this type of trend line is also called it type 3. We break and retest the ranging zone and then retest it. That's the trend line, another type of trend line. All right, so the offset, you can automatically understand how the offset will be. All right, but let me make it so that it will be very good for you. For example, price is really raising up and up and up and up, and then broke it, and then came for retest, then go up. All right, what do I mean? So it break. All right, it break the structure, it break the structure and then retest the structure back. All right, and the structure is being retested, and then we buy from that point of retest. Inline it with SNR. Always think about that. You have to always think about, we must have SNR plus trend line in order to make decision. All right, no decision when there is no SNR. We must always find to get SNR in order to make decisions. So this is another type of trend line, guys. All right, another type of trend lines. So that's really another type of trend line. We have type 4, which is also very important, guys. Another type of trend line which we have to understand it so deeply. This is called the QM trend line. Okay, QM trend line. How does it look like? So the QM price is really forming a left shoulder, and then goes down and then break the left shoulder up higher. Then price comes back and then creates two anchor points, and then price sells off there. So we enter the last points. So this is called the QM. All right, so the QM selling setup, which will be on here, the QM selling setup, and the QM buying setup is like same like what we have right now, but it will be reverse. So we got a left shoulder, price goes up and then comes below the left shoulder, and then price goes up again and then creates the same legs and then goes up there. So when you see something like this, this is called the QM. All right, the QM. So our entry is the last point. All right, the last point. The last point will be our entry level. So you can understand the QM. So there is another type of trend line, okay, which is type 6. So type 6, it's called it's type 4, but its name is 66. All right, this is type 5. All right, but its name is 66L. It's called a 66L. Okay, because this is TL. This is when price breaks and structure and comes back twice. All right, so twice, when you see something like this, let me make it clear. For example, price goes up and then creates something like we call like Empero, and then price comes back again to break this structure lower, and then comes back and maybe came back somewhere to for this level, then shows a fake expansion move and then comes back and then goes up, so goes down. So that's exactly where price is forming the 66L. So you can see it's a reversal pattern. Anyway, it's a reversal pattern, and this type of trend line is also giving a selling opportunities like this one. When we want for the buy, it's so simple. Also, it's also simple. Price really goes down and then forms similar, and then breaks this structure and then comes back, expansion move, and then comes back and then goes up. All right, and goes up. So we know where price broke, it will retest it, and then this type is really type 5. Price retests back to this point and then buys off from that level. Buys off from that level. So that's type 5, right? So the last type of the trend line is called the XR. XRTL is the most important thing. So this is type 6. So type 6, it is not 66L. all right, the tape name of this trend line, which is type 6, is called the XRTL, XR trend line. So the most important trend line that we have to focus on. Really, it is like when we wanted to know the rotation of trend lines, like what does X stands for, before I go through this one, because this one is more important than all other trend lines. So first thing first is we have to understand what the X means and what the R means before I continue. So X is like for example a price action. Okay, a price action. Price action, that's really is being formed by two trend lines. All right, two trend lines, because we wanted to have the price action to form two trend lines as X. Let me show you an example. One is like this, okay, and the other one is like this. When you see a cross of the two trend lines, so the X of this cross line is formed by a price action. Okay, when two trend lines is a crossing with one another, that is formed by a Bryce action. So what does the R stands for? We have to understand what the R stands for. So R is exactly rotation, right? Rotation of TL, because TL is rotating upward and downward, right? TL is rotating upward and downward, and this is why it's rotating is like to find appropriate angle. So the angle is the x1. So we appropriate angle, because angle is like this one, for example, this angle, all right, or for example this angle, or this angle, the right angle. And the reason why we need these angles is to find out low momentum and also high momentum. So the low momentum will be here. Let me explain it a little bit. So what I mean is, like, we want to get the R is like rotation, because rotation is forming and getting the angle which will be the right angle. So these two trend lines are showing us the right angles, which I mean in this lefty angle we will have a low momentum, bullish or bearish, whatever it may be. Momentum, you guys know what the momentum is. Momentum. And the right angle of here is also giving us a low momentum. So here is where we get the high momentum. All right, so this angle will give us a high momentum. All right, and this will give us a high momentum. So in this point that the cross happened is the decisional point where we get the high momentum. That means whenever Bryce touches this angle point, this crossing point, it will give a high momentum. We aim to buy, and if Bryce really touches this X, then we sell off if the Bryce is really for a buy. So the less bips, when there is a less bip, then Bryce goes up. In here we will get more bips because momentum is low. So that's it really. So according to the two trend lines that I have shown you here, or the crossing trend lines, one is really support, one is a support, and one is a resistance. Let me tell you, since this one is coming from the high, and you know how hooking trend line is, the body bearish and body bullish. So this is a resistance, right? This is resistance, and this is a support. So this is a support, this is a support. So support and resistance trend lines together. So the two trend lines together, the support one and also the resistance plus the support one, okay, plus the support one, they are exactly used in this method to identify two things. One is trend and direction in the short or long term, and the second one is the possibilities of the Bryce momentum. And then we know exactly how to get the right entry points after we understand deeply about the XR trend line. So this is the secret or trade secret that I always use and employ on a daily basis. So I hope that these types of trend line exactly help you understand. There are another videos that's coming soon. So before before I really go through the next videos, I want to show you another tapes of the trend line. All right. So I want to show you what's called the combination of trend line tapes up to 2 or 3 meters. So what's the combination of trend lines? This of different tapes. So we add 2 tapes of trend lines. For example, the QML. The QML plus tape 2. So what is tape 2? We know what the QML trend line is, right? QML, this is QML, right? This is QML, this QML. We know what the QML is, and we can also add tape 2, which is this one, tape 2. How do they sometimes combine? How do they meet each other? Let me show you. All right, it's so simple. For example, we have a brace, right? Goes up and create left shoulder, and then it goes down, and then take the left shoulder up higher, and then comes somewhere a little bit here, and then goes here, and then really break the structure lower, and then came back somewhere here, and then goes down. So there are 2 trend lines meet here right now. I will show you how they meet. For example, we got a QM, right? There is a brace moving into this way, all right? And then there is another trend line moving into this way. So trend line type 2 plus QML. That's how the QML really looks like. In a different ways, when you wanted to add like type 6 and also the type 1. So we got a type 1. Sometimes you have to bear in mind type 1 is here. Type 1 is here. This is type 1, right? So this is type 1 of trend lines. You will get really with a tape 6, all right? This is tape 6. So I will show you how to add tape 1 and tape 2 together also for combining them, all right? This is tape 2, all right? So we want to get QML plus tape 2. So now I want to show you finally tape 1 plus tape 2. Tape 2. Tape 2. Let me say tape 6. That would be very good. Let me show you tape 6 plus tape 1 or tape 1 plus tape 2. So first of all, brace really goes up and creates the tape 1, and then brace move it down. Okay, you can see that we broke this structure for instance, and then brace comes here and then goes down and then goes up goes up and then sells off. We have 2 tapes. So the tape 1 is we really have the trend line retest, right? So that's tape 1, all right? Trend line tape 1, and then you will get the X cross. This is how the X cross is coming. So you can see there is also type 6, all right? Type 6. So knowing any type of trend line depends on how you practice on it. If you want to have them in mind, please try to apply your trace every time using these types of trend lines. So you have every type of train line that I use the most, and this is the types of train line, and I hope this video covers a lot of information about the train line. Watch the next video.